for the umpteenth time, if Project Veritas touches something, it's always a lie. I don't think he's able to do anything valid anymore. Very long time ago, Project Veritas was basically a prank channel kind of person, at least perceived that way, that occasionally got something right. No more. October surprise 2020 again. National File, a very biased, no fact-check conservative website, decided to post what they said was a diary from Ashley Biden from an unknown year, and yet later on said it was from a specific year, like 2019. And eventually published what it said is the entire unedited version of this diary. Anybody out there have a diary where you didn't put the time and date stamp on anything? I mean, some of you did, I'm sure, but a bit unusual. November 5th, 2021. Totally not associated with trying to rally people and agitate. The FBI authenticated and confirmed all of this by then. That was the assertion you saw in the news. What is this based on? Project Veritas claimed a diary they received was from people who supposedly found it after moving into a place Ashley Biden had lived in. So she had abandoned or forgotten a diary with no time and date stamp, even though you could explain when you moved in there, what the place is. All ability to fact check this was deliberately, not included. Them getting raided at Project Veritas is interpreted as proof that it was a real diary. Therefore, the FBI authenticated it. No, the FBI raided Project Veritas, or not, because Project Veritas is notorious for agitating for insurrection against the government every time the Republicans lose. Donald Trump was losing the election. He lost the election. So let's go after Ashley Biden and all the relatives. On a website called the Donald.win, so much winning when he's a loser, Priopism is a user that posted a fake November 7th, 2021, after it was too late, Ashley Biden diary quote set. This was also reposted eventually to the wiki quote page for Ashley Biden. It's still there, even though it's absolutely not true, and it cites the same sources that were over the top, not fact-checking, and trying to damage Joe Biden's reputation. I'm sorry, just look up what Joe Biden has said and done and the way he's voted or had any influence in our society, and you can find lots of things to criticize him over. But no, let's bring up salacious sex and drug usage because conservatives are obsessed with soap operas. Anyway, he posted a fake Biden diary quote. There are only two for the exact quote for this video. I do remember not liking the Woolzacks house. No results if you spell it correctly. Woolzacks. Woolzacks is it's a lodge in France. It's a physical location. That has nothing to do with any of the claims except that they're stacked with other supposed quotes from Ashley Biden. Again, this isn't Ashley Biden's quotes. And again, you can look up shit we can directly trace to Donald Trump and or his gophers doing work for him that show that he did a bunch of things that are really terrible. And yes, that's a what about. But those are trackable to him. They're real. You can look at Project Veritas literally having a girl with him dress up in a pimp outfit and a hooker outfit over here, but in the interview that they're depicting, they weren't dressed that way. They are hyper-conservatives, or whatever you want to call them, but what they are people that falsify proof. All of the time. Period. And these websites are notorious for lying. It's just lying. Now, is it possible that Ashley Biden had a diary indicating all sorts of terrible things about her upbringing? If you read what's in this supposed diary, it sounds like the ravings of a teenager trying to create a suppressed memory thing, which is yet another drama soap opera thing that conservatives are obsessed with. Some of you have pointed me to stuff that was supposed to be posted by liberals saying things they would never say. This is like bringing up Darwin, who admitted on his deathbed that there is a God. No, he didn't. And all sorts of shit like that. It's something that a specific subculture in our society, in many cultures, a subculture within other cultures, loves. And it's, I'm right, I've always been right, I've never been told anything wrong, and dang it, Catholic priests are completely, safe around certain groups of people that we can't talk about on YouTube. If I run into conservatives that are religious, gun owners, and patriots that won't, under stress, dealing with the loss of their president, that won't, regurgitate this kind of crap, that would be amazing. I've met a few dozen of them, actually. In fact, most conservatives don't do this. The ones that are loud and proud, usually behind a fake identity on Facebook, aren't Americans, they're not Christians, they're not gun lovers or anything like that. They're not any of the things you think stereotypically. They are bots from various countries trying to agitate for us to be divided amongst ourselves. And that's it. So no, Ashley Biden's diary has never been authenticated by the FBI because the claim is it's authenticated because it was tried to be suppressed by the FBI because they went into a shitbag collection like Project Veritas and raided them because they were agitating for the violent overthrow of the United States government. Project Veritas was the Project Veritas, which is really just one guy, o-keef, is an insurrectionist. That's called a treasonous person. He's a backstabber. He doesn't like that his party lost, and he went nuts, just like everybody else did in January of 2021. The point is, this was yet another October surprise. It was done October 28th or earlier. It is fake. It can't be authenticated. Nobody has. No, the FBI didn't authenticate it, just like the FBI did not authenticate Joe Biden's, Hunter Biden's laptop. They can't authenticate Joe Biden. There's no way you can authenticate that guy. And again, all you have to do as conservatives is point to what exactly Joe Biden has said or done in the past that you find objectionable. And what you find is a bunch of things that are him saying what he believes or not, and then you run into people who have to fake that. I've seen some really poor audio-video fakes where they couldn't even get a voice actor that was good enough, trying to make Joe Biden look like he is one thing or another. Joe Biden is a normal human being, well, mostly normal, and he's said and done things that are embarrassing. I mean, really embarrassing. But no, instead of pointing out the obvious stuff that may indicate that maybe he's not fit for being in office, you can say that if you want to. You point at shit that literally isn't true. Again, the tactic. Why do conservatives keep falling back on this tactic? Making up shit from whole cloth means you have complete control over the narrative, especially if you refuse to complete it. You can eke it out over many weeks and rabble-rouse. And a large number of people who repost this on Facebook, who aren't bots from Russia or China or India or wherever, the normal people, or we'll call them normal people in the United States that repost this, a large number of them are aware of the fact that they're reposting something that isn't true. They're just repeating it loudly. A lie repeated enough becomes the truther. A liar that yells loudly becomes a truther. I said that in one video a long time ago, but it's true. Anyway, this was an October surprise that got revamped in November of 2021. It was never true, and it has all of the things in it that say this is bullshit, including, I'm going to use a direct quote. I do remember not liking the Woolzacks house directly. I'm going to use that because there's only 2 results for it, and it will get you to see the video. And I'll be ranked the same way as Priapism, or whatever his name is, did on the Donald.win, when he's a loser, Donald.lost. And, it has nothing to do with Ashley Biden. It's fake. And just because a traitor got raided, Project Veritas, doesn't mean that authenticates anything. Well, the more they fight you, the more likely you're telling the truth. No, it does not. In this case, it absolutely does not. People are telling people to shut up because they're saying things that really they shouldn't be able to do or say like this. And if you repost these memes, I mean, they're becoming memes and that's it. There's no assumption on anybody's part that you're telling the truth unless looking it up, it's patently false. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.